welcome back to the Toiling Teacher channel. Today I have on how I maintain a professional look for work while maintaining my own personal style. To enjoy your personal style, you can still have that. You could be a teacher and enjoy your personality and keep your look that you were used to. I sat down to start editing and I was going to do a different intro, but I had a kitty cat pile that decided that they couldn't not be on top of me and cuddle and sit and do nothing. So hope you enjoy the video. Like and subscribe below, and let me know if you have any other suggestions. Look forward to a What Teachers Really Do in the Summer video that should be coming up.
Welcome back to the Toiling Teacher channel. Today I thought I would do kind of a, not a get ready with me because I'm not going anywhere because it's summer, but kind of like what I do for teacher makeup. That's one of those things that I think is really hard as a new teacher, is to figure out, like, especially if you've been out of like the work world for a while, what is appropriate makeup. Like for me, I had a full-time job. I used to work at a high-end fashion retailer, so I could get away with a lot more aggressive makeup styles and work outfits, and my style could be a little bit more outlandish than it can be for being a teacher. However, that doesn't mean that you have to give up your style. So one thing, speaking of style, I'm aware that my hair is terrible. I had, going into this first year, very long, curly, really dense hair. Like my hair is real thick, just in general. So come October, it was still nearly 100 degrees in Texas, so I chopped it all off. I got really frustrated and just lopped it all off. And I like it short, but I want to grow it out. So I am in that awful mullet growing it out phase. So that's what's going on here. I'm just going to pin my hair back so I can kind of have a good clean access to my face without having to worry about my hair being all over the place. Kind of to start off, I found a new product that I'm absolutely in love with, and this has kind of made its rounds in the K-beauty, K-skincare blogs for a while, but I finally got my hands on the Vanilla Co. Miss Flower Mr. Honey Cream. Oh, this stuff is so good. It smells amazing. It smells like honey. I've only used it, I can't really say it's a review, I've only used it a couple of times, but oh, the consistency is very thick. It's very petroleum-like, but it just is super, super soothing. I've even started using it on my, I have keratosis pilaris on my arms, and I've started using it on there as well. I don't think anything will get rid of the redness, but it really helps with the bumps. Same thing on my forehead. You can kind of see, I don't think the redness is ever gonna go away fully, but the bumps are way down. Alright, so to start off, I always start with a primer. My current favorite is the Skin Food Peach Sake Pore Serum. Doesn't really do anything for reducing the size of your pores permanently. Nothing is going to do that. Maybe a surgical procedure, but nothing is really going to change that. But I like it because it's mattifying. The other thing that I will use, and I'm not using it today just because I'm not planning on going anywhere really, but if I'm going out, I always start with a sunscreen after my normal morning routine. Sorry, I'm digging in my stuff. And I have it in the box just because I just got them back in. I love the Biore UV Bright Perfect Milk. It's very high SPF. It's very mattifying. I do believe it has a little bit of alcohol in it, so if you're sensitive to that, it may not be a good choice for you. But I find it very mattifying, and I find it goes on really well under makeup. Then I usually go in with foundation. Right now, I'm obsessed with the Halika Halika Gudetama Lazy Easy Cushion. I like cushions just because they're convenient. They make touch-up really easy. Not everything that I use is K-beauty, but I really like cushions right now. That's really been something I'm really into. If I'm not using a cushion, the other one that I really like is the, and I say really like, but at the same time, I don't know. the Velvet Matte Skin Tint from NARS. I like it, but it doesn't have any staying power for me. It looks great when I first put it on, but then by the end of the day, it's gone. If I'm gonna go like full face, expect it not to budge, I'm gonna go with the Makeup Forever. Which one is this one? High Definition Foundation, which is fabulous and lasts all day. But it's a little pink for me.
I like this because it's really blendable, it's easy to build, and it's just one of those things that just makes my morning easier. And don't we all need that when we're teachers?
This for both my eyelids and my under eye concealer area.
Okay, so next I'm going in with a concealer. I'm going to be using the NARS, it's the Chantilly stick concealer instead of my usual NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer, which is my favorite, but they were sold out when I went to purchase it, so I got this one instead. And it's not a bad concealer, it's just not as creamy because it's a stick instead of that usual cream consistency. But it works fine, it's just not it's not as blendable and creamy, and I wouldn't expect it to be. You can kind of see here, I totally jacked up my volume. I accidentally deleted my my audio here, so I'm kind of having to go in and re-record over it. So the next thing I'm going to be doing after this is going in and baking. I'm using the Innisfree No Sebum Mineral Pack. This is a great powder to bake with. It's very light, it's translucent, and it really does what it says it does, and helps mattify. So I'm just going in and doing that. So I'm going to kind of fast forward through this a little bit. I've put on some Stay Don't Stray primer, and then I'm going to go in with the Lorac Pro palette and just do a really simple eyeshadow look by using the nude, champagne, light bronze, and mauve colors over my eyes, just to sort of give myself a very simple light look, because when I'm going with a bold eyeshadow, I think this is kind of just a general rule for work, that I want to have a lighter look on my eyes so it's not as overpowering when I put on my lipstick.
So I tend to keep my my makeup pretty subdued or tapered blending brush. And I'm going to go in with the mauve color. It's a nice pinky matte, and it literally is just a nice mauve color. I have to kind of dust this one. And for my eye shape, I usually just go straight into the socket like that and blend it. Well, hello, cat. There's a cat. So I don't know why he's really into the head boop. You want head boop? Go. All right, bud. There you go. All right. Now that pleasant interlude is over.
Okay, so I'm just going in and continuing to add some eyeshadow. I'm also going to be going in with a champagne color to highlight my brow bone. Yeah, I probably should have switched brushes, but oh well. I did mention it earlier, but it is a Luxie tapered brush. I kind of meant to mention that. And then I'm moving on to eyeliner.
I really like the Superfly Technical eyeliner from MAC. And I kind of just do a little tight lining.
Okay, so after reviewing this, I realized I could just speed this up and record over. So I'm just going in and lining my eyes. I typically am terrible with eyeliner, and I'm sure the collective internet is screaming at me for doing it with my eyes closed, but so be it. I do prefer liquid eyeliner, but I find it really hard to use without messing up. So on days where I know I don't like to use it for work because I'll end up just going to work with bad eyeliner. So that is that. It's kind of like the best job I can do.
But I normally don't, but I'm finding it very hard to line my eyes with them open and talk at the same time and look at myself. That's kind of hard. Props to YouTubers that can do that. Next I go in and do brows. My current favorite is the Anastasia Brow Wiz. I think that's, you know, pretty much a classic. That's another one of those things that I have had pretty strong brows my entire life, and I really need to get them shaped. I need to shape them up a little bit. But that's one of those things that I have very strong brows, so I like to accentuate that. So for my campus, we have been out for about 2 weeks. And I don't know about y'all, but half the reason that I wanted to start doing this is because I am bored. One of those things that I'm planning on doing is a what teachers really do during the summer video. I thought that would be kind of fun because I think a lot of people think that teachers just sort of sit around and drink margaritas and do nothing. And I'm sure there are some that do, but I think most of us, like, this is actually my first week off since school ended. Last week I did training all week. I'm kind of taking this week off just to relax. Week after that I'll be back in the swing of things for, I'll be doing some planning and things like that. So that is a series to be, or not a series, that's a video to be looking for in the next couple of days. Alright, so next I'm going to kind of dust off my bake. And do mascara. So right now I've been really feeling the They're Real mascara from Benefit. I like the two-step version. Well, I shouldn't say version, it's the normal one, and then there's a primer. I like it because I have very sparse eyelashes, so I kind of need all the help I can get. Alright. So one thing I think that a lot of newer teachers have a misconception on is that you have to have really subdued makeup if you're a teacher. And I'm sure that there are some situations where that's still appropriate. But you don't really have to give up your style just because you're a teacher. Being a teacher doesn't mean that you have to give up bright lipstick and just wear matte or nudes and beiges for the rest of your life. Personally, I look terrible in nude lipsticks. I have literally one that looks decent on me, and it's actually pink. So there's no saying that you have to give up your personality and your style just because you teach. And of course it's going to depend on the grade. I teach middle school, so I do feel like I can get away with some things more than others, and some things I can't get away with at all. If I go in with crazy eyeshadow, someone's going to say something. But I can go in with a pretty strong lip color, like an outfit that may not be the typical teacher outfit, and get away with it because it's one of those things that is more appropriate for the audience that I teach. Alright, so next I'm going to go in with some blush, and this stuff looks super busted. I'm a big fan, obviously, of Hit Pan, of the Maybelline Fit Me. Which one is this one? I think it's just called Light Pink. Yeah, blush. I really like this one because I have a very hard time. I like this one because I don't know why, maybe other people have this problem and they just don't talk about it. I cannot tell how much blush is too much blush. Like I can't see it on myself, you know what I mean? So I usually I usually go with a lighter color just so I can err on the safe side. I do contour. It's just one of those things I don't have the time for. Like, just this talking video took me 20 minutes. I'm not spending 20 minutes on my makeup. That's not going to happen. But I do contour from time to time if I'm like doing something in my personal life or going out with my husband or something. My personal favorite right now is the Anastasia Cream Contour Kit in Fair, or Light, I should say. I really like it. As you can see, I don't use most of the colors. I usually only use these two and this one here. This one blends out really well. This one is the Java color. Blends out really easily. I'm not going to do that today just because why? But I do use bronzer. Because who doesn't like to not look like a corpse? I'm using, I think this one's Laguna. Yeah. This is Laguna. And I just kind of do that 3 shape that everyone does. Kind of cut underneath the cheekbones. I like to keep it light, just personal preference. And then go in with highlighter. And I know I shouldn't use the same brush, but I'm going to. I really like this highlighter purely because it is not shimmery. I have really oily combo skin, so I have like terrible dry patches where I get flaky skin on top of these ridiculous oil slicks. So I like a matte highlighter. I don't really use a lot of shiny highlighters. The only other highlighter style product that I use is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting. I have the little I can't even think of the word, the little palette for this one. Usually I like if I'm going to go in with something that's light, I'm going to go in with that middle one. I think it's Incandescent Light. And then I like that first one, Dim Light, for kind of underneath the cheekbones. You know, the cheekbones I don't have. Alright, so lastly, like I said, for me, I like to go with a more fun makeup look. I don't like to go into work with like the world's most dull makeup. So 2 of my favorites are the ColourPop liquid lipsticks. I think everyone likes these. My problem with these though is that they don't last as well as I would like them to. They look fabulous, but they don't last really well. Like once you start eating, things like that, they ball up and they don't stay. But until lunch, they stay on. So my 2 favorite colors are Succulent and Creeper. So I usually like really bright lipstick. Today I'm gonna go with Succulent. If I can find a lip liner that is the color that I want. I don't think so I'm gonna go in with the Makeup Forever waterproof lip liner pencil. I think this one's the...
Okay, so I'm just going in and lining my lip, and because I want it to stay all day, I actually go in and I fully fill in my lips with my lip liner, just because I'm not going to reapply. I just don't have the time. I get 30 minutes for lunch. By the time lunch rolls around and that lipstick is off, it's staying off. That's just the reality for me. If you have the time to go in and redo it, that's awesome. Unfortunately for me, I don't. So I'm just going in with my liquid lipstick now and sort of going over the lip liner just so I can get a more full color coverage.
Just let that dry down. Fill in any bare spots. And then lastly, I'm going to set it. So, like everybody and their mother, one of my favorites is the Urban Decay setting spray. I like the De-Slick one, like I said, because I am an oily woman. And I just take a nice fat brush and kind of set it all. One of the reasons I like makeup is because it makes me feel more confident. And that's one of those things with teaching that you have to have. You have to be confident. You have to go in there and be able to say, yes, this is what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. Especially as a new teacher, you're going to have those moments where you were right. You know you're right. You know that you know what you're talking about. But there will be enough questions being asked that you will say, am I right? Did I assign that homework? Did I tell every class that this is due? And it sounds silly, but makeup is one of those things that lets me feel like, oh yeah, I definitely told you guys that this was due. You're not pulling one over on me. To still keep your style. And I'm just going through again with the No Sebum pack, just because my forehead is mega oily, and you can see it kind of diffuses the light a little bit. It makes me not quite as shiny. And then I'm going to fix my hair. Like I said, I'm in the middle of the regrowing out. I think that's the hardest thing about wearing glasses and enjoying makeup, is trying to figure out, like, does my makeup look okay? I can't see. So this would be a typical makeup look for me for work. I really, like I said, I like liquid lipstick because they stay put pretty much until you eat. Then they kind of go away. And for me, but my afternoon classes don't get to see me with full makeup. That's just not happening. But that's a personal choice. So I'm gonna break here and I'm gonna come back with an outfit. That way you can kind of see how this look looks all together.
So since I'm going with a bold red lip, I would probably go with a more subdued top, just something black and simple, over a red pant or even a black pant, with a chunky heel or some boots. I usually pair it with a cardigan, that way I feel more comfortable, and I would probably avoid accessories, just to sort of keep it simple. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like and subscribe, and teach on!